So basically a formula is something that takes an input and gives us an output as value in the cell. This is a cell D26. Now, uh, related to this sum, so I will open an Excel. So this is an Excel having 37 rows, and here we have price. These are values, and also we have stock quantity. So we have to take sum of all these amounts. So one way of doing it is uh, pressing equal, then typing sum, then selecting that sum. If we can also type fully tank sum, and then we will open bracket. Then we can choose all these data by using control and shift up arrow button. We can select all these range. So we have given it input G7 to G37. G7 is the first cell and G37 is the last cell. So we have selected this whole range and we have closed bracket and we press enter. Then we will be getting the sum. If we change a number, like this is 1000, and if the amount was 600 less, we will be having the total 17,000. So we will just type 400 here. Then we will be having the formula auto updates itself. So we don't need to again and again change what is the sum. So formula auto changes itself. It updates itself when the input is changed. So another way of putting the sum in here using a shortcut is we have to select the cell at the bottom. Then we can press Alt equal to at the same time, Alt button and equal to at the same button. You can see here what buttons I am pressing. So that is a shortcut which uh, many people use. And also, if we need the total of the price, then we can here also press Alt equal to. Then you will be getting the sum. So here it like detects that we are going to select this whole area, and it just inputs itself as the whole range from F7 to F37. Okay, am I audible, or are you facing that issue? Am I breaking again? Okay, okay. Are you following, or are these two basic for you? Shall I speed it up? Shall I speed it up? Okay, okay. Okay. So we have covered some. And next are arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are plus, minus, and multiplication and division. Plus, minus, multiplication, division. So how can we use these formulas? In here, let us think we need the price of So price we have here 2.5 and stock quantity is 1000. And we need the total, but we have to multiply 2.5 with 1000. Then we can put equal to and multiply 2.5 into 1000. Then we will be getting the result. And also if we can also we learned how to take sum as a formula. We took sum as like in as formula we have written sum. We can also do sum as equal to. We can take each numbers and we can select like some. We can add each letters, each cells for getting the sum from here to here. So another, sometimes we don't need to get the formula as equal to sum. We only need to know the answer. Then we can select this whole area and we can see here sum 17,000. We can also copy the amount from here also. So we can take some in different methods uh, in Excel. That depends on our need. So if we need to display it every time, we will be using equal to sum. And also, if it is like 2 or 3 numbers, we can use this also. Like we adding each cells from different places. That's also sum. And also, uh, other operators also we can use. That is multiplication. Then if we have 22,500, we can divide it by this 2.5 to again get to this stock quantity. And also not only these numbers, maybe we have to multiply the number 2050 2500 by a number that is not visible in here. Then we can type 1 point. If that number is 1.2, then we can also type them. That also is allowed in Excel. And this is a reference. H7 is a reference. So H7 is reference that is highlighted in blue, but this is a number that we have entered. So multiplication also, maybe I have to divide it by 1.2, then I can provide like that. Then it works. Okay. Then if we need to subtract 2500 from this 1000, I can select H7 minus 1000. So arithmetic operators are also covered that we can use in different parts. Next is if. If is a condition. So let us assume it, there is a charge. Let us assume for electronics items, the charge is 25 rupees. For mechanical items, that charge is 60 rupees. And we have to add this charge also to the price. Okay. Then what we can do? First, we have to give a condition. That is, if it is a mechanic electronics item, then the charge is 25. If the item is mechanical item, then the answer should be 60. That we have to find out. So we can start the condition by equal. Again, also every formula in Excel starts with equal to. If equal to is not provided, then the formula won't be working. So if we have to provide that test, or maybe electronic items 25 and all other uh, mechanical or anything, the charge will be 60. We can term like that. Others, for electronics, the charge is 25 and others it is 60. So charges. That's we are going to make a column charges, and for all these items we will be calculating the charges here. So we know the answers are, this is electronics item. Then the answer will be 625. Here it is mechanical. So the answer will be 16. So the same process will be carried using a Excel formula. Then equal to if our logical test. So how are we going to identify it is electronics? We are going to select this electronics category, and we will be checking if it is equal to electronics. So we will be writing electronics. Then what answer? If this cell is electronics, then our answer should be 25. 25 rupees charges. If it is not an electronics item, then the charges should be 60. So one thing that we have in, so it computed correctly 25, and here it is. So I can check if other thing is also same. It works if so I don't need to type every time this same formula. I can also drag this formula. This small little thing at right when the cursor changes. Usually the cursor is like uh, this plus sign. But when I go to here, when I am hovering over this small area, it is changing. That means that is the fill handle that which we can drag here. And the formula will be also dragged, and we can see this formula is referring to mechanical. The formula drags the reference also with it. Then the answer is, we can drag it to the end, and if we need to take the sum, we can press alt equal to, and we'll be getting sum. Maybe we need to add the charges to find the sale value. So sale value, let us assume the sale value is the price multiplied by stock quantity plus charges is sale value. Then we can provide the formula combining different arithmetic operators we have learned. That is price multiplied by quantity, and we have to okay, now let us see what we are getting. We have sale value but without charges, so we have to add the charges also, plus 25, 20, not 25, plus the charges. So now we can drag this formula also to the end. So let us check what is the formula written in here. When we are pressing here, we shown which cells it is referring, and the cells are even though the formula written here it is referring to H7, G7, and H7. When we are dragging the formula, it is auto detecting. It has to change to we need the reference from these formulas, because these formulas are relatively updated. That means this formula here, when we are dragging the cell, the formula gets updated based on its relative position to here. So when we drag, if we need to drag it by mouse, we can do it like this, or we can also we can press Control Shift up, and then we can press Control D. Then the formula will be filled the same as dragging it from there to here. And also again that same, if we need to take the sum, we can press here alt equal to, and we'll be getting sum. Okay, so we have covered conditions here. So now we can learn copy paste. So what is copy paste in Excel? Basically, copy. How do we copy? We will be copying like pressing Control C, and then we will be pasting it by Control V. Nothing changed. But if I am copying this amount, this area, and okay, first these were values. We can see these were values in formula bar. This is 3.5. This is 800. These are return values. But what I am now copying is these are formulas. What happens when I copy a formula and paste it here? The answer is not same. Here I needed 25, 60, 25, 60. This is what I have copied, but currently I am getting all 60. When we check the formula, it is checking if this is that is this column H7. If H7 is equal to electronics, and if not, it is giving 60, and if it is electronics, then it is providing 25. But here the equation was working correctly. We were checking for electronics in and referring to electronics column. But currently, what we are checking here. That's why the formula is the answer is different. So when we copy formula, we cannot like basically paste it as it is. If we have to copy a formula and we need the same exact answers, we have to press Control Alt V at the same time. And a paste special option pops up. That is, so if we paste or if it is default as all and operation none, then if you press OK, that's the same as copy paste. But if you select values and press OK, the answer will be same. 25, 60, 25, 60. These are coming same. But if we check, these are formulas, but what we have pasted are values. So basically what we have done is we have copied the values from these cells to this cell. Okay, can you all follow me? Okay, I will explain. So these are formulas. And if we copy something like 2.5, 3.5, these are values. What we are going to copy are values. So when I copy this amount, these fields, and when I paste it in another place, these are the same. What I have copied is this 2.5, 35, and 3.5. What I got is also 3 point same thing I have got here also. But if I copy a formula, okay, this time we will copy this. If I copy a formula and if I paste it here, I'm not getting the same exact results. Here I was getting these answers, but now I am getting all 0. Because here the formula is price multiplied by stock plus charges. But here also I am getting formulas. That's why we are not getting answers, and the formula is wrong. Formula, it is referring to some other cells, because the form when we copy something, it keeps the formula referred to based on So here we were copying these formulas, and so it currently now it is, so we are copying formulas from to the left 1, 2, 3. Now also when we check the formula, it's like basically referring to the left 3 cells. That's the issue. So to get over this issue, we can copy the formula and we can paste it using short keys Control Alt V at same time. Control and Alt and V. We are going to press Control Alt V at the same time. You can see here what I have pressed shortcut Control Alt V, and we can select values V. Then we can press OK. Then we will be getting the same answer. That's the difference between copying a formula and copying a normal, usual values. Okay, now is it clear? Okay. And there are other features also. Like this is a text, and I am having some color. Okay, in Excel, how we can color Excel is like going to Home tab, and we can see this fill and that fill color button, and we can press that button, and it will be yellow. Here, maybe I need to give another color, such as blue, or maybe I have to change the text color. Then this is the button. I'm changing the text color to dark red. Then if I am copying this value and pasting it here, then that formats, these what we have set are called formats. All these things, what if the text, font, size, color, fill color, text color, if it is bold, everything are called formats. If these formats, if a cell containing formats are copied, and then if I are pasting it in another place, then the format also will be pasting it. It will be copying and pasting the format and the numbers. But in certain cases, we will be only needing the values. We will be only interested in these values only. Then we can copy and again that same Control Alt V, that is paste special. Control Alt V, and we can give value only. Then it won't be pasting any formats, and it won't be pasting formulas also. So let us check. Now we only got 400, 800, the number only. We didn't copy it and pasted the formats. Okay, from where? Have you heard this last thing? Pay special part. Do I have to again repeat the same topic? Okay, okay. So these are features such as space special. Also, maybe sometimes we will be copying the amount and we will be pasting. After pasting only, we will be like, oh, I forgot to do that Control Alt V. So then, if we pasted it already, here there is a pop like control that is shown here. Now we can press it, and those features such as pasting text, pasting value, This is pasting value. Same as Control Alt V and then pressing value. We can select it here. Then it is same as doing Control Alt V, pressing V for values, and then pressing OK button. Both are same. If we forgot, if we forgot to do Control Alt V, then we can like Control Alt V and pressing OK. Like if we directly pasted it with Control V, then we can select from here and we can select V. Or if we pasted it, we can just press Control and we can press V. So same things, only in different ways. So we can do some filtering and sorting. So okay, we can clear these formats by pressing Alt, H, E, and F. Or I can just clear here, clear formats, and then those formats will be deleted. Along with these formats, the borders are also deleted. Here there are borders now, and borders are also part of format, and that's why that borders got cleared. Here these are borders, and I already told all these things are formats. And next, if we only need to see category electronics, let us assume currently it is all mixed up, electronics, mechanical, electronics, such a way that. So what we can do is we can select the whole area and we can filter the table. No, it is not a table. We can filter this range, such as here there is sort and filter button. We can press it and we can press this filter option. Or a shortcut is also already mentioned here. That is Control Shift L. By pressing Control Shift L together, we can filter it. Okay, already a filtered range will be having this drop down here. Before pressing this filter button, there were no drop downs such as this. After pressing the button, we got a drop down. So what using this drop down? Okay, am I audible? Okay, am I audible now? Okay. Okay, do you all need time to try anything that we have learned, or can I just go on? Okay, last one means filtering portion. Filter. Okay, okay. That it. So okay, now there is no filter. That's why the range is not having any drop down. So to filter, we can select the whole range, whole area. This is the whole area. So how can we select a whole area? That we can first look on. So how I selected the whole area is by pressing Control and Shift together, and then pressing. I am currently holding it. Control and Shift. I am holding it, and I pressed right arrow key. Then I got like this. I selected the whole row. I haven't like lifted that Control Shift. I am still holding on to it, and then I press down button. Then the whole area is selected. And another shortcut is there, that is Control A. But sometimes it takes up like now the range is selecting like whole area, like from engineering and this whole heading that we don't know. It is because there is no gap here. Here I have written the values now. So if there were like new row and all, then the area when I am pressing Control A is only limited to this. Then before only we didn't had this gap here. So currently, when we have an extra row, it only selected the needed range. Then uh, in Home tab here, in Home tab, we can find this sort and filter button. Here, once we press the sort and filter button, we can press the filter. Then we can see suddenly here are some drop down. This small down arrow head is a drop down. And if we press this button, we can see some options, and we can untick. If we only need to see electronics, we can uh, or remove this select all, or maybe we can untick this mechanical of here. Then currently now we have only selected electronics and also blanks electronics. Now if we press OK button, now currently we are only seeing electronics. Okay, this is how a filter works. But if we again selected, okay, now currently these all drop downs are having this uh, like arrowhead, and but here we can see that it is having another filter mark also. So by looking on these drop downs, we can from an outside view we can see which columns we have already filtered. We have applied a filter. So to to remove that filter, we can open that same drop down, then clear filter from category. Category is the heading category, and we can see all the data again. Electronics, mechanical, electronics, mechanical. So this time we are going to again filter mechanical. For that, we can untick electronics, and we can see mechanical data. Okay, are you all follow? Okay. So again, let us remove the filter from category. Then we can, okay, if we see, I think all the, but the issue is if we apply a filter such as on electronics and we remove mechanical, now we will be seeing electronics, and we press OK button, the sum is unchanged. We can see the values here 1,800 and all. The sum we know from already it was only 17,000, including mechanical. So sum has not changed. It's the sum of total amount, total mechanical and electrical. So usual sum didn't will not update for such a filtering. So if we filter electronics and check, wow, sum total also went. So we can select blank also. So the sum total has not updated when we have already selected electronics. But if we select the area range and we check what's the sum, it is showing 11,500 only here. Can you see that? I think you can see here. It is only showing 1100, 11,500. but here the total is 17,000. So we can remove this formula. This is old formula, and to take some of, if we need to update the sum when we apply the filter also, then a usual sum won't work. Then we have to do another formula. So here the sum won't be updating if we filter. So if we need a sum, this gets updated when we filter. We have to use another formula, not sum formula. We can use aggregate formula. Aggregate. And if we press tab, it will like autofill the formula. And but we need to take sum. So the argument is sum. So we will press tab. Then we will press comma. Then what all things we need to ignore? Hidden row. We need to ignore hidden row. So when the data gets filtered, the rows of the other thing, if we filter using electronics only, then mechanical will be hidden row. No? So we have to ignore hidden row when we are taking the sum. So that's what this means. So ignore the hidden row. Then I will press tab. Then comma. I have to choose the area. In sum, we used to choose the area like this. So same way, we will be choosing the area, and I will close the bracket. Then I will press enter. Currently, it is 17,000, the old answer, but the other sum gave us. But if I filter using electronics, the sum gets auto updated to 11,500. We can cross check it using like selecting the all cells. The answer is shown as 11,500. Okay, I can here 11,500. And if I can also filter for mechanical, and we can check. We can uncheck electronics and we can check mechanical. Okay, 5,500. Okay, I will again select the area, and we can see the answer is 5,500 here. And the answer that the aggregate provided us, this aggregate formula provided us, is also changed. So we have seen filtering. Now let us assume we have to sort the data. Sort the data on basis of like we need electronics on top and mechanical in the bottom. Or so categories wise we can sort, or maybe in the name wise. Currently it is not sorted. That's why transistor is like T, and it is not sorted. It is unsorted list of by name. We can sort it by, if we need to sort it by name, then we can press this drop down, then sort A to Z. Yes, now the data is sorted. That's how sort button works. And also, if we need to sort by electronics above and mechanicals below, then we can press sort here, press A to Z. Now all electronics are together and mechanicals are together. So now what all we clear? One second. So we have covered filtering, sorting up to this much. So we can check another thing. Sum if and count if. The same data. Let us assume I need sum of like what I need from here is I need sum of quantity sold by I think gear tech in here by I think what is that manufactured in manufactured column. Sum of quantity sold by gear tech in manufactured column. Okay, how can we do it using mouse? Okay, where are all gear techs? Here there are 4 gear techs, and also I think one is in here. So how can we take sum of this stock quantity? Okay, I think sum of quantity sold I have written. This is stock quantity. So sum of stock quantity by gear tech in manufactured column. So how can we take the sum? What we can write is a formula that is equal to sum if. Okay, here we are going to use a sum based on an if condition. So what is the condition? The what we are taking should be sum of the quantity of gear tech only. Then criteria is this column. From where we have to take sum of gear tech. So we will be choosing the criteria column, and we will be providing the criteria. Which criteria? From this range, which criteria? Which is gear tech. We will type that name, gear tech. Okay, you can see I have written that gear tech in double quotes only. In formulas, if we are giving a number, we can just type if the number is 50, we can write the numbers as 50 only. But for text like gear tech and all, we have to give double quotes. Only numbers will be accepted without quotes. So if we are providing a text, we have to put double quotes here. Double quotes. And what sum should we take? The formula should know. In criteria column, we are going to take sum of gear tech, but sum of what? What we have to take? Sum of quantity. So the quantity column also we should select. And here we can see what the both columns should be parallel. Like I shouldn't select this manufactured column like this, and I cannot select it like this. Now it is 2 cells short. So the formula will be giving an wrong answer, or error will be coming. Number of cells for selected for the manufacturing column and the stock quantity should be parallel. And let us close the bracket, then press enter. So I'm getting answer as 950. Okay, let us reconfirm it. So how can we reconfirm it? We can filter manufacturing column by gear tech. I can press tick for gear tech only and press OK. Now I have all these stock quantities of gear tech only. Then I can manually select this range and I can confirm it is 950. You can see. Can you see this? So that's how a sum if function works. So for a sum if function to work, we have to provide it with a criteria. So the condition we have to give. Of what condition we have to take the sum. Okay, any issue? Uh, Okay, you asked how is it different from sum? I think it was before the explanation. Or was that about aggregate formula? Uh, can you, is that solved? Is everyone following? Can you respond? Are you following? Am I audible? Okay. So you got some formula. Na? So this is how a summary function works. So this is summary. Another thing is county function. These are all okay. One thing I will clear. Can you all hear me? Oh, one sec. Okay. Is it okay now? Am I audible? Okay. 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 Now we have learned summary function. There are, as I started like saying, in formulas, there are many formulas. Currently, now we cannot, of course, not cover all these formulas. You can all like check if we hover over these formulas, it will be showing a description. So if you need to learn more about each formulas, you can like read it from here, or you can press this tell me more, and you will be getting help. You will be getting examples and all from here. Let me close that. So, but currently now we are only covering the formulas which is usually needed in our finance field. So, county formula. Let us see what is a county formula is. County fees. So, let us think. Let us check if I need to know how many year tech. So, currently, how many are there? We can see here there is four, and here is one. So, total five. We know the count is five. But if we need to know it using the formula, how can we do it? Maybe it is not like this row may be like thousands of rows long. Then we cannot like sit and count each. We cannot select each gear tech and count. So how can we count how many gear tech is in this manufacturing column? So to get that answer, we can use county formula. County formula is very similar to summary formula. Only thing different is that in summary formula, we have to take sum of the column also. So we have to give, we are first giving a criteria column. Then we are giving that of what we have to take the sum, that is the criteria. Then we have to select the sum range. But in for counties, there is no sum range. So it is similar, but we have to give counties and press tab, and we can choose the range like this, and we can press comma. Then we can give the again the criteria. If we are giving like a text, then we have to put double quotes and we have to write here tech. Then we can close. It is giving the same answer that we have already counted as 5. Or maybe here for sum if and count if, what we have done, we have typed this gear tech to the formula. But if the question gets changed, like spring tech, we have to check for spring tech, and if the sum of we have that gear tech here, that word gear tech is written here, and we have to we can change uh, this text and we can provide it with this reference gear tech, and the same formula works again. If the gear tech now currently, before this we were using the second argument, this part, that is criteria we were giving as typed answer, like value, we were giving it in double quotes value. Now we are giving it as a reference to which cell C45, and if that gets changed to what, like spring tech, maybe we can paste it here, then answer changed 700, or maybe motor works, the answer changed to 300. Maybe let us take some build master, build maker, and our question is also build maker, let us assume. One second, I think I didn't copy it. Build maker, and if we paste it here, then the answer also changed. Again, the answer of sum is changed to 1600. Let us check if build maker is the same. The sum of build makers are same. Build makers, let us filter by build makers. Press OK. Now there are 3 build makers, and the stock quantity total is 1600. The answer is coming out right. And also we can also apply change here. We can count if using reference also. We have to delete it and we can select this column. Then count if will be updating. So now let us change another. We can give, we'll make like this tell Tektronix. We can paste the cell here. Then the sum gets updated here. Sum if also updates, count if also updates. Let us check if Tektronix sum is the right answer. Selecting Tektronix, pressing OK. I filtered using Tektronix, and stock quantity is sum is 1900. Sum if what updated, and count if Tektronix, it's counted as 3. So answer is 3. So have you, so are you following? Count if and sum if. Hello. Please respond. Are you following? Okay. Okay. So we have covered up to here. So next is a pivot table. So we can take the same data, and maybe we need a summary of this data, Okay, a summary of data can be easily prepared using pivot table. So we can again select the whole range using control A, but here total also comes. So we can remove that total by pressing shift up. Now the total is removed. Only our content area is selected. Now we can insert pivot table. Here in insert tab, I press pivot table button, and now it is asking if that pivot table should be placed in new sheet or not. So it is already default as new worksheet, and press OK. So something like this appears. There were no sheet 1 before. It created a new sheet, and also it created something like this. But when we press here, here is another window open here, another settings. But when I am pressing here, there is no such a window. When I again press inside this pivot table, this window appears here again. So this is pivot window settings, and we can okay. Now what should our summary be? That we have to discuss. So our summary should be based on manufacturers as raw. We need manufacturer summary using manufacturers column as rows, and we need to know we have to split the sum. We need sale value sum with category, that is electronics and mechanicals, as columns. Category as columns also. That's what we are going to create. That is, we will be having these manufacturers as column here and rows here, and we will be having two columns, electronics and electronics and mechanical, and we will be having the sum. So we will go to that old pivot, and we will what we need as row manufacturers. We will be dragging and dropping it in rows. So we got all those manufacturers list. There were audio tech and all they have listed. Now what we need sale value. Sale value totals. So we can drag it in this sigma sign here. That is sum value. So it have basically given us a summary based on audio tech. This manufacturer wise summary of sale value. That is what we are having there. The total is 26 lakh, I think 2,66,000. Here also total comes to 2,66,000, and we have taken sum of each. Are you following? Do I have to explain it again? Okay, I have to explain it again, that pivot topic. Okay. So this is the result we got from the pivot. I will again show how we made this pivot table. So we have to select the range using Control Shift arrow buttons, and we can select the whole range. This is our content, total content. And then we can press in insert tab. In insert tab, there is pivot table here. On top of there, here, on this icon, we have to press. We have to click here. And it will be auto-filling that range and all. We can press OK button only. Then it created another sheet that was not present here till now. And we can, what do we need? We need manufacturer wise summary. How can we do? Manufacturer, we can drag it to here, rows. And then we can drag sale value to the sum column. And we got a summary of manufacturer wise sale value. Okay, is it covered till here? Okay, can I continue? Okay. Then maybe here the sale value is total sale value now. But maybe I have to see here what are their mechanical sales. So I need two other columns that is based on electronics and mechanical. In here, that is I have to, out of the total sales, how much audio tech is giving from electronics, and also how much of these total sale value is mechanical. I have to know, I need to know that also. I need to get that data also. We can just click again here inside this pivot table to see the window. And what was that? That was category. We can drag that category as column. Now, the pivot table updated as electronics is provided in this column, electronic by sale, and mechanical sale is provided in this column. So the total sale got split into two types, electronics and mechanicals. And but let us do one thing. Let us check audio tech, and we can filter audio tech. And we can see all sales were based on electronics category only. That's why all the sale value, that is 43,075 rupees is provided in here, electronics column, and also audio tech manufacturer. But let us change this data. That is, let us change this electronic category, and we can type mechanical. Now, when we check the pivot table, the data isn't changed. The data hasn't changed. That is, we have changed some data here in category. That is 20,060 rupees worth of sale value we have changed to from electronics to mechanical. So the correct answer should be here. It will be 20,060 rupees, and the rest will be coming under here only. But even if we change the amount here, the category here, the pivot hasn't updated, the summary hasn't updated here. That's the issue of pivot table. So in formula, it gets updated real time, but for pivot table, if there is any change, for that change to update, we have to select this pivot table analysis. That is not a usual tab that we cannot see always. When I click here, that is outside pivot table, that pivot window also goes away, and also there are additional two tabs that where there also went. It's not currently now here. When I press again here inside the pivot only, there will be this pivot analysis tab. So I can press that pivot table analyze tab, and I can press this refresh button. The data got updated instantly. 23,000 and 20,060 is currently split in different columns. So I already said that formulas update on real time, but the pivot table only updates when we update it manually. Here we can update it. Okay, maybe again I can change back this category to electronics, and let us see that again. Currently it is already we haven't updated, so it is totally 1 second, I actually pressed it. The even if I updated the all categories are as electronics, still audio tech is having amount in mechanical. So we need to press pivot table analyze, and we have to press this button, refresh button, that you have to press, and the data got updated. Okay, can you all follow? Okay, now we can take another table and again try this pivot table, because this pivot table is very important, and we can use like to create such summary and all, we can use this pivot table. So I will again take another Excel file and we can try that. I don't know what this is, but we will create a summary on this topic. This. So let us assume, what are these things? Brand, we have brand, we have device, we have model, we have country of origin, and we have price. So we are going to make a summary on this topic. So how should we have that summary? We are going to make summary on country wise sales, on this. No, this example is not that much good example. What we can do is we can delete these models. Okay, we don't need these two columns. I have deleted that, and let us drag these only to the end. So these are our okay. I have deleted that table, and now we are going to make a summary on this table only. This is a much simpler table, and we have company names. We have only 4 company, and we have some country of origin, and we have price. So to make a summary on this table, we have to press Control Shift left and down arrow. We have selected the whole area. Now we can insert a pivot table. Then we can press OK button. A new sheet got created, and a pivot table window so fields also appears. So on what basis why we have to take sum? We have to we need to know sum based on the brand. So we have to drag brand to the rows. So we can see the 4 brands as row tables, row labels, and we need to get the sum of what? Sum of price. Sum of price we have to drag into this sigma values column, and there we will be getting the total sum. We can check the total sum 31,680. If I drag the whole data, the total is 31,680. And what we need to know, we have to split the sum of price into different country of origins. So we can drag this country of origin to columns. So now we have splitted the total sum column of Apple into two, Taiwan and United States. Like that, all the sum totals have been splitted into respective country of origins. Okay, are you following? Can you hear me? So that's basics of pivot table. And also we can apply filter on this pivot table. That is, for this date of release, we can apply filter using, if we can drag it to this filter column. Now another thing appear here, that is date of release. Currently it is selected to all, but maybe we need to only know about that 10th of 11. What was the summary of 10th of 11 only we need. Then we can press 10th of 11, or maybe we can select multiple items. Like if we press that, and we need to know like all these days summary we need to know, and none of the below we need to know. Then we can select these dates and we can press OK. Now the data is only showing summary of these 6 days only. So this way we can filter also. So pivot table is covered. So we can do VLOOKUP. So here is a table. In this table, we have ID, name, math marks, physics marks, chemistry marks, and their percentage. Okay, how is the percentage written? How can we take the percentage? We have to take so first we have to take the sum of these marks, and all of these are out of 100. So we have to divide it by 300. And we can type sum, and this sum we can divide by 300. We can type the number 300 as 300, or we can select the total marks are given here. We can select it and press enter. Then the mark is 84%. That's coming out. But if I drag it, what happens? When I drag it, suddenly the values are not providing, the percentage is not providing, but error is coming. These are errors, divisible by not zero, and these are errors. But why these errors are coming is because if we check the formula, the reference gets, currently now it is not dividing by 300. It is dividing by this row. Why? Because when I drag the formula, it is also dragging the references all together. But it was okay for us to drag the formula and drag this reference. This reference we need uh, gets updated as this is correct, but this is not correct. Why? We have to divide it by 300 only. That should be fixed there. It cannot be dragged like that. So to avoid this issue, when we press select this 300 total mark, we can press F4, function F4 once, and suddenly there is dollar signs in that reference. This G6, in this G6 column, there is suddenly dollar signs. So what that dollar sign mean is, it is making that relative reference to an absolute reference. Relative reference is something that will be dragged when we are dragging the formula. So here, this formula, this reference doesn't have dollar sign. That means it is a relative reference, and this contains a dollar sign. That means it is an absolute reference, and that absolute reference won't be dragged when we are using this fill handle, and when we are dragging it, the answer is coming out right. And when we check the formula, the 300 is not being dragged out because this is an absolute reference. Okay, and also other than using that fill handle, we can also control shift up from the down, and then we can press control D to fill the formulas. So are you following, or should I repeat this? Are you following? Am I audible? Okay, you got that what difference between that relative reference and absolute reference. So while using these Excel formulas, it's very important to use these references based on what our needs are. So here we needed this to be dragged down along with this formula, but we needed this to be fixed there. So to fix that, we fix it there. We are putting these dollar signs using F4. Also, we can manually put dollar signs there. If I press shift and put dollar sign there manually, also it will be working. This way also I can make it absolute reference. So this dollar sign is known as absolute reference. Okay, now we studied that. Okay, why we took started this? Okay, VLOOKUP. Okay, absolute reference we have covered. So VLOOKUP function now we are going to check. So this is our data. So we need so when I am choosing an ID, I need to get the name, math mark, physics mark, chemistry mark here, autofill. That's my need. That is, when I change the ID here using any ID from this column, when I am using, if I am like selecting this ID, Mia, so if I am pasting it here, ID in this table, and I have to bring the name to there. That's our need. Okay. When I am changing the ID, the name has to change. The math marks must change. That's the need. So how can we look up using this ID, and we can bring back this name? So to get that, we have to write the formula VLOOKUP equal VLOOKUP. Then we can press tab. And what we are going to look, we are going to look up for this ID. Where? We have to look up this ID in the table in this student marks. So the table is the table only data is needed. So ID the table we can choose like this, and we will be looking at that ID in the first column of the reference. The table we have selected and whole table we have selected, and out of this, if I got this name, I found that this ID, then I have to return back this name. So how will the formula know which data it has to return? Name or mark these marks, what should it return? That we have to give it as a number. This number 2 for this column, that is name, 3 for this column, 4 for this column, 5 for like reference we have to use. That we are telling it to give a second column of the selected range. That is from the table, we have to search for this ID, first ID, and then we have to return the second column. This always we have to give false. Second column, and if you press enter, the name Miyamore comes correctly. And let us check. We can change the ID. We are changing the ID to Michael Johnson. Okay, okay, idea Michael Johnson's ID have been copied, and I'm going to paste it here. The name changed to Michael Johnson, and we also need to look up for the marks also. So again, we can copy the same formula and check for, okay, mark is in the third column, physics mark is in the fifth column, and chemistry mark is in the sixth column. So we can copy the formula from here, press Control C, and we can paste it here. Currently, it's all returning Michael Johnson, but what we are going to do, we are going to change the return column. What this formula is doing, it is looking for this whatever is provided in this ID column, and it is checking it is in this range, and it is returning this column. That is currently it is returning second column. Now we have to return third column. So I have edited that. Also here I have to return fourth column. Here I have to return fifth column. And we can take sum. The old alt equal to we have pressed. Again I will press alt equal to for the sum. And if we need the percentage here, then what we can do? We can provide formula that is divide this 78 by 100. And we can drag the formula to here, shift selected the range, and or we can use the field handle, we can drag it. Also here also, we need to take the sum. Now percentage wise, we have to take the average. So the total marks divided by 300 we have to do. So to make it look as a percentage, now currently it is shown in decimals. To make it, first we have to select the range, and then we have to, in home page, we have to select percentage, this percentage type. So it comes out as 78%, 82%, 80%, 80% as an overall percentage. So now let us check for another person's ID, Olivia Taylor. And if we change the ID here, everything gets updated. So are you following? The use case of VLOOKUP, have you got it? Okay. So VLOOKUP can be used in many other scenarios also, but here we have used in such a way. Okay, we can check some condition formatting. So condition formatting is something which gets updated real time. So let us think all marks above 95 should be having like a green field. That is, this is 92 only. 95 we have to find. This okay. Above equal to and above 95 should be in green field like this. So only what should be highlighted above 95. But when after I highlighted it, the amount was changed to 40. Then still the field won't be changed. So we need a dynamic. Uh, we need a dynamic formatting. This is what we given here was like that was a fixed formatting, but for a conditional formatting, it will be changing. The format will be updated. So let us remove this format from here. Fill we can remove by pressing no fill from the range, and then we can use condition formatting. We can select the whole data on which the condition formatting will be applied. Then we can select conditional formatting and highlight cell using rules. We can select greater than. Greater than we can type, or maybe we can type 90. 90 with what? We can give it as green fill with dark green text and press OK. Now it is showing all the marks with 90 and above conditional formatting. And the main part is that if the mark we have entered have changed to 75, the formatting goes away. That's the importance in using conditional formatting. And another issue is that if I have to the 95 is currently green, but I have to highlight it using red for some kind of reason. But what we have selected, what we have applied is not uh, showing. Like we above conditional formatting, we cannot use a field. So if we how to remove this conditional formatting, press conditional formatting, clear rules, clear rule from entire sheet. Now only we are going to see the field that we have applied here. So conditional formatting is like over and above what we have already set in the usual formats. Conditional formatting will be changing the format to whatever the criteria is. Okay, are you following? Okay. Okay. Conditional formatting part, I have to repeat to, or was this an old message? Okay, conditional formatting. Okay, I will repeat. I will clear that format here, and we have to select the whole area. And uh, by conditional formatting, we need to uh, pop, have a green color for any mark above 90. That is our need. So from home tab, we can select conditional formatting, then highlight cell rules, and we can press greater than. Then we can select 90. Greater. So all amounts above 90 will be having text which is green filled with dark text. Or maybe we can do custom format also. If we press custom format, we can use select the fill tab, and we can press which color we need. We can select green and press OK also, then press OK. So green have been highlighted as green. No, Above 90 marks all have been highlighted as green. And if we need, and the main part about conditional formatting is if the marks got changed to 88, then the conditional formatting automatically updates based on the criteria we have provided here. And issue about conditional formatting is if we have done any conditional formatting, then if we select here, the conditional formatting is applied, but above that we need to fill like red color for some kind of reason. We have to pop it up, but that color won't be appearing here because conditional formatting is like over and above these normal formats. It will be applying on top of it, and so we cannot see what's its usual color. Only when the conditional formatting is cleared, that is like from conditional formatting, clear rules and clear rules from the entire sheet, then only we can see the usual colors of the cells. So let us remove that also. Is it clear? Okay. Okay, conditional formatting is not only like that. There are many features that is provided here. So let us check those out. Conditional formatting. We can also select like top 10 marks here. Top 10 items you have to show. Show with green fill. Green fill with the dark. That is already. So these are the top 10 items. So another formatting will be, so let us again clear the rules from the entire sheet and let us apply color scales. Color scales will be applying like this. There is a preview. So it applies colors based on highest will be colored as green to lowest will be colored as dark red. In between will be or yellowish color kind of. So such a formatting is given by default. Then data bars are there. Selected cell condition formatting. So data bars will be having like uh, top mark will be having full data mark, and the lesser it becomes, the more smaller the bar will be. That way. That like format. So yeah, we have covered VLOOKUP here and then condition formatting. Also, if we apply condition formatting here, then when we use another ID, the color will be having updated. Like if we press, we want to color if it is same thing, that is above 90, we have to color it with green. Okay, none is that is not having any above 90 marks. So let us check for this ID, Jessica Ali. That ID we have to paste here. Then 95 is popped up as green color. It gets automatically like filled. And every time I am going to here and popping, but I can create a drop down also. That is how here in here I can create a drop down to select the ID. I can insert. I can right click here and format cell. One second. pick from drop down list that we have to select. I am unable to find that drop down menu. Uh, Once I find that, I will update. Okay, let us continue. So VLOOKUP we have covered, conditional formatting we have covered. Now it's time for goal seek. Okay, goal seek is something like, okay, we all have solved like linear equation in two variables and all. Okay, do you know taxable value in GST? Have you learned taxable value and invoice value? Am I audible? Okay, I will explain what is taxable value in brief. So taxable value is something on top of which a rate is multiplied and we will be finding tax. And so basically it is if there is two taxable value and there is two rates, that is our column A. We don't know X and Y and we have having rates. So if we multiply taxable value and rate, we will be getting tax. That is tax is equal to A multiplied by B. So if we multiply A and B, we will be getting tax. So in this question, it is saying that find X and Y, find the taxable values, which is on which 18% is applied and also taxable value on which 5% is applied, such that the total tax is 195 and total taxable value is 1300. So we know total taxable value is 195. So if we are solving this question, how will we solve this? So in using pen and paper, we will be solving like x plus y. X plus y is equal to what? X plus y is equal to 195. No, total tax. 1300. Tax x and y are taxable values now. So total taxable value is 1300. And we will be right like for tax part, we will be writing x multiplied by 18 percentage plus y multiplied by 5 percentage is equal to 195. Then we will be solving both using these are linear equation in two variables. So you have already studied in like math classes how to solve this, and we will be getting x and y answer. Can you all follow? Okay, this is how usually we solve these kind of questions. Okay, one second. There is an internet issue. Okay, so this is how like x plus y is equal to 1300, and we'll be writing the second equation as x multiplied by 18% plus y multiplied by 5% equal to 195. Then we will be solving for x and y. That's how we usually do these questions. But we can, what another way we can do it is like, let us assume taxable value x is 100, and let us assume if a is 100, total what should it be? 1000 to 1300. Then we can subtract this 1300 and 100. That is, we can subtract the 100 from 1300. Then we will multiply taxable value with rate. Here also we have multiplied taxable value with rate and we got the answer as 78. So here our first condition is both should add up to 1300, that we have correctly made, but the tax portion is not 78, not 195. So our combination is wrong. So let us change it to 200. Answer got updated as 91. Still it is not correct. We can update it to 500. It is 130. Like that, if at one point I will be getting answer that is x plus x and y matches both these conditions. But how can I cannot sit here and type all the possible combinations to till I get to 95. Maybe I can like uh, go through it, but still it is very hard to check all combinations. So the function we are going to use is goal seek. Goal seek is present in the data tab. Data tab, we have what if analysis. We can press what if analysis and we can see am I audible now? Again, there was some network issue. Am I audible and can you see my screen? Okay. Okay. Shall I continue? Okay, let us solve this question. And so currently now I know that I can change this cell to some extent and I will be getting this amount to be 195. That's the time when I know that the answer to x and y here. So to do that, we can check in data tab, we have what if analysis. Press what if analysis and press goal seek. And here it automatically selected the set cell because it was already the selected cell to, so that we have to delete and we have to set 78. This cell to our question is 195. Tax should be 195. So that D60 cell we have to write set to value 195 by changing which cell? This cell. This cell, this goal seek has to change till it can make this D16 cell to the value 195. Okay. So when we press OK button, it calculates and the target has been achieved. We can press OK. So for taxable value 1000 and 300, the tax is 180 and 15. Together, the answer is 195. So that's how we can solve this. So, uh, so these kind of linear inequality, in lean linear equation in two variables. Linear equation in two variable question can be solved in such a way. So, how can we write that? So, if there is nothing here, it is as simple as we will just assume it to be 100. Then we will write the total of 1300. Then we will subtract this 100 from 1300. Then rates we will write for the first it is 18% and second it is 5%. Then we will multiply the rate and taxable value. Then the answer we will be getting. Then we can take the total of these two amounts, and this will be always right. This 1300 thing, we will be always getting it right because we have reverse calculated this 1200 from this 1300. But the tax we will be getting wrong till we get it in the right proportion. So again, I will explain from any tab, we have to go to data tab. Then in what if analysis, we have to press goal seek. And we have to select which cell we have to make the value. So we have to set this 78 to 195 by changing this value. Enter and press OK. Press again OK. And we have taxable value 1000 and 300 in such a way that the total tax is 195. Okay, have you all followed? Is there any doubts? Okay, I think the rest today's time is over now. I think session was till 5. The rest of the topics will be covered in another session. I don't know the dates. Presensar will inform you. Okay. Okay, then can we wind up the session? Any doubts you can ask now. Okay, then I'm ending the session. Okay.